How's everybody doing today? Diego Martinez, candidate for governor of California. It's Monday morning, afternoon right now. So what I like to do is I have some Q&A stuff here that I got to get to. Little list, kind of like last week. If you guys have your questions, feel free to send them in. Sorry about that. These are from Maryland and a few other people that asked some various questions. Some of the stuff we have gone over before, but we're going to get right into it and we're going to go. Before we go there, I want to thank everybody who showed up this Saturday, this weekend, to different events, different rallies. I want to thank the guys in San Jose, the Vietnamese community, who had their rally over there. Sorry I wasn't able to make it there. The guys that had it in Sacramento, thank you. It was a great rally. One thing I got to tell everybody, we got to try to be out there and we got to stay safe when we go to these places. A lot of stuff's changing. Today, electrical votes are coming out, right? Some of the voting's going to happen between today and tomorrow. We're going to see what happens with the elections at that point, which brings to some of these questions that we have today. And I'm going to kind of jump around the questions a little bit. Qualifications for the job. I'm a small business owner. I ran multi-million-dollar companies, dealerships, car dealerships. I was a general manager. So I understand that how to run a business. So that's my background and my qualifications. I've done financing to run for governor of California. No, I've never sat in a political chair before, but I think we're at the point right now in life that we got to stop career politicians. If you're a politician, I'm going to ask you this right now, and you've been a career politician, where are you right now? Where's your assembly person, your congressman that you voted for? Where are they at right now in the fight to keep your business, your county, and your state open? That's the problem. We count on career politicians to fix our problems. The problem is they're career politicians and they forgot the problems are going on right now here in California. We have California problems, not Democrat problems, not Republican problems. Our problems are California problems in both parties. I'll say it, both parties have failed the California people because you don't see the people who we voted out in the front lines going with you, figuring out how to open up your business. We're facing a shutdown right now. A lot of businesses will not be able to reopen because of this shutdown. So, why keep going after career politicians that don't care about you? How long has Nancy Pelosi been in office? What has she done for San Francisco? What has our governor done other than shut us down and keep suppressing us? Where's your assembly person? When have you seen them at a rally to reopen California, to stand in front? Because guess what? They're our elected officials. They represent us. We don't work for them. They work for us. And that's what you get with my administration. I understand. I work for the people of California. In California, we're in some problems right now. So we need to get down to the root of the problems and come up with a solution. I'm an immigrant. A lot of you people know that. A lot of you guys have listened to my tapes. I come from a country called Uruguay. I got to the United States when I was 6 years old. They didn't have a Dreamer program. They didn't have a DACA program. What we had was President Ronald Reagan, who in 1986 helped with an immigration reform program to allow us to be able to get our green card and to allow us to be a path to being a U.S. citizen. I was lucky one. I took advantage of that. 2008, I became a U.S. citizen. Where do I stand about DACA? DACA is false security. I think when they did the DACA program, they should have put an end in sight for the people that were in DACA to be able to have a work permit and be able to have a route or a way for a green card into citizenship. I don't believe in sanctuary cities or states, but I do believe in securing our borders and finding out who's in our state. I also believe in an immigration reform program that will help everybody in California. because this is a California problem right now. It's a United States problem, but we need to think about California first. And California is the leader in what's going on around the rest of the United States. So an immigration reform program that makes sense for California taxpayers and the illegals and the immigrants that we have here. We're talking about a hand out, a hand up, not a handout. We have to stop with all the free services on people who haven't paid $1 or a penny into our society to make this better. A lot of immigrants come to the United States for a better future, not for a handout. So why don't we give them a hand up, help them get a work permit, do a 3-year background check to make sure we know who we have here. We have to secure the borders. And we have got to stop with sanctuary states and sanctuary cities. That has got to stop. The only kind of sanctuary cities you should be looking at are the ones for our businesses to be open, not for illegal activity. We have a huge homeless problem. It is time that we stop putting band-aids on the homeless problem and start finding real solutions. Well, what are the real solutions? We have plenty of old hospitals. Actually, we have 21 old hospitals in California alone that are no longer being used. They're owned by the cities, the counties, or the state. Instead of spending $93 million in a hotel, we spend $93 million in refurbishing the old hospitals for mental health patients, which is 70% of our population that's homeless right now. We have got to get a grip on this, and we have to do it now. Mental health is a real problem, and we need real solutions. We need to have the facilities available with the staff to be able to help these people so this will not happen again. That leaves us to about 30% of the homeless population. We need to have government housing available where they can come, live, have a safe place, but also have rehab centers and alcohol centers, and we have to have them accountable for that. We need to bring law and order back to California. We don't need to defund the police. We don't need to defund the police. That's a mistake. What is your safety worth? What is our safety worth? By us defunding the police, we're taking our safety away. We need to have a solid plan with our police, not to defund the police, but to better educate and make sure that we give them the support that they need. A lot of you guys haven't heard me talk too much about retirement, CalPERS, or what's going on with it. Well, CalPERS is extremely important. That is a lot of our police officers, a lot of our firefighters, that is their retirement. We have been taking money out and not putting it back in. California has borrowed money from CalPERS over and over and over and over again. Well, guess what? It's time to pay that money back. It's time to ensure that our law enforcement, our first responders, and the people who we depend on to keep us safe have a retirement that they deserve. It's not going to bankrupt the state of California by them getting what they've earned. Our first responders, our people that we ask to keep us safe, should never question their retirement or their loyalty from the government of this state or their place. We need to stand behind law enforcement. We need to stand behind the people that keep us safe and protect us. We have a lot of problems in California. We're overtaxed, overregulated. We have to bring some of these regulations back so we can allow bigger corporations to come back to work in California. Manufacturing is really important that we need in California. Right now, the foundation of California's economy is on the ready to get broken. Because small businesses, restaurants, everything that you see going on every day is the foundation of California. Where are we to protect them? It is time that we open California back, let small businesses do their job. Also, deregulate California to a point where we can bring manufacturing back into California, allow more jobs for everybody in California, which will allow better wages, more tax revenue, and a lower cost for the California people because we can lower our taxes and stop living overtaxed, overregulated. That's not the way that this state should be ran. We need to make this state the golden state again. That also includes cutting back the gas tax. We do our own gas in California. We have refineries. Yet we're paying the highest gas prices of anywhere. Taxing isn't bad if you're using the money we're supposed to be. So what do we need to do? We need to audit the state of California before I take office so we understand where each and every single dollar is going to, and if it's funneling down to the programs that it needs to be. If not, we need to cut that out. Our education system's in the toilet. We need to work for a better education system. That means school choice for everybody. Everybody should have the right to send their kids to any school they feel like it. As a state, as a parent, we need to keep our teachers, our school districts accountable on why our kids aren't getting education the way that they should. We should be able to go to any school and have the best education possible. So accountability for our school boards, our school teachers, our superintendents, the principal will be our number one focus to fix the education problem in California. If you send your kids to a private school, you should have a tax cut. You shouldn't be charged for the public school that you're not using. Under my administration, that's going to happen. We have school choice. Vaccinations, the parent's choice. You know what's best for your child. The state shouldn't get involved. You should have the right to have vaccinated your kids or not do it. That's a parent's choice, and schools have to respect that, and so is the government. Right now, we're serving a different time. I read an article that California, the largest county, they're requiring them to release 50% of the population that's in their jails and prisons. That will now continue. Law and order needs to take its place. We do not need to release criminals early. That's our safety on the line. We cannot have that happen. We have got to stand for law and order. We have got to let criminals do their time. We cannot just let them out. We have got to put pressure on our district attorneys to prosecute people. Not just who they pick and choose. If you break the law, you should get prosecuted. What do I feel about the death penalty? The California people voted that we should keep it. Our governor did an executive order that said no more. That'll be the first order we turn. Californians, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, Libertarian, what does that mean these days? Doesn't mean much, because none of our representation is out here fighting for us. This is California. California should be first. We have got to clean up the voting. We have got to clean up voter fraud. Well, how do you do that? Stop with the mail-in ballots. If you're an absentee voter, you ask for it, you take it back, we know that's a legitimate vote. Voter ID. Something I never thought I'd have to say. Prove that you're a U.S. citizen when you go vote. So that's either your birth certificate, or if you're like me, your certificate saying that you're a U.S. citizen. That should be the only way we should be able to vote. Our voices and our votes should be counted. It should be taken serious. So we're going to get to doing away with voter fraud. What do I want to do about the high-speed rail? We have got to stop throwing our money away. We have got to stop funding the high-speed rail where it's going nowhere. I'm not saying that we don't reevaluate it. I'm not saying that we don't look at it down the road. What I'm saying that right now we're wasting money on it that could go to other resources that are really needed. So I would put a stop to the high-speed rail money right now to do for better stuff, border security. California, we've been a state for a long time. We're one of the largest states, actually we are. Our state could fit 6 other states in them. We have a lot of work to do, a lot of problems. We can start with the voter fraud that we just talked about. Talked about illegal aliens and illegal people voting, where that needs to come to a stop. We need to prove who we are as we vote, because that's important. Our voices need to be heard. We need to keep our criminals in jail where they belong, not releasing them. We need to bring manufacturing businesses back to California. We need to bring trade schools back to California. We need to have school choice, vaccination choice. We are pro-life, pro-adoption. Planned Parenthood, it should be called Planned Preventhood. They should be there doing their job to prevent. We need to watch our spending. We have a massive problem in spending and the money not going in the right places. We're allowing illegal aliens to come and get free medical. Yet the hardworking people in the hardworking California cannot get medical when they need it because it's not affordable. We need to change that system where everybody in California can afford health care, or if you pay into a health care, you get something out of it. We have a plan and a solution for that. Just have to look at the dollars and cents and make sure it makes sense for every taxpayer. I'm not saying that we don't help people out, but I'm saying that it's time that we help the California citizen before we help everybody else. I was watching a commercial yesterday. It was touching, it was depressing, but it was enlightening at the same time. You watch these commercials on television that say, hey, we need $12 a cent, $25 a month, $1 here. Let's go feed these people in this country. They're dying. It's touching and compelling. How about the California people that are dying right now? The homeless people that we have here in California and the United States. When are we going to take care of us first? The time is now. I have real solutions for real California problems, and I cannot do it if we're separated. The only way we can do this is uniting California. And I mean uniting California for California problems and California people. We have got to have term limits on politicians. No more career politicians. That should never exist again. When I get elected, you will see that in my first term. Within the first 2 years, you will see term limits for California politicians on the ballot. Californian people will vote on it. And that's the way it needs to be. When I get into office, I work for you. All 40 million Californians will be my boss. Because California needs California solutions for our problems. We need to stop worrying about people that are hungry overseas and start worrying about the people that are hungry here. We need to stop worrying about sending jobs somewhere else and bringing jobs here. We need jobs, we need trade schools, and we need a better education system for California people. We need people that care about California first, not everybody else. Quick question, I see it come up. How do I feel about the state of Jefferson? How do you feel about New California? How about we do this? Why don't we let the California people vote on it? Why don't we put it on the ballot? Let California people feel and voice their opinion. Because it doesn't matter how Diego Martinez feels about anything. It matters what the California people feel and what they want. That means that any new legislation that comes out, why aren't we publicizing it? Why isn't the California people being able to hear about it before it goes into law? What are we scared about? The truth is, I'm not scared of anything. You have two sides and you need both of them. But the best thing that we need is the people from California to voice their opinion on what laws should pass and what shouldn't. How do I feel about the Second Amendment? I'm pro Second Amendment. How do I feel about the background checks? I'm pro background checks to go get your guns. I am. Sorry, I want to know who has their guns. I want to make sure that we're putting guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens who deserve them. That being said, I don't think there should be a restriction on the manufacturers of guns that come into California. I think we do away with that list and we allow us to be able to get the firearms that we want and deserve. I am pro-Constitution. I believe in the Constitution of the United States. Now, we're talking again, and I'll answer this question. It's we need to find the solution for the homeless. So what is the solution? We get government housing for anybody who's down on their luck. We provide them a trade school. We provide them places where rehabs so they can fight their alcohol and their drug addictions. But not only that, we hold them accountable for being in these programs. We hold them accountable for what's going on. We hold everybody accountable for what we're helping them do. We also take away the shoot-up clinics where they can go and get drugs. Those clinics should never be there. There shouldn't be a place where you go get needles. Who is that safe for? Or what are we promoting when we're doing that? That drugs and breaking the law is okay? It's not. Law and order. Sean, you're a little late. We talked about mental health. We talked about taking the old hospitals. Instead of spending the $93 million on hotels, we're going to spend that money on old hospitals where the mental health, whether they're homeless or they're on the street or they need help, we're going to provide those services for everybody. 70% of our homeless population has mental health issues. So we need to provide the services and the places for them to be able to go get the help. Instead of buying a hotel, we can go ahead and do that. So there's a lot going on in California right now. We need to stop thinking party lines. We need to stop thinking that career politicians know what's best for us, or anybody who's been in office. Somebody who's been in office gives us an opportunity to look at the record. We knew what Gavin Newsom was before we let him be our governor. And yet he still got elected. We can't allow that again. We can't allow a guy who was a mayor that didn't do much for their city or follow the governor's plan to do something better that didn't work for the governor. Keep doing it. And unfortunately, that's what we're doing. We expect Nancy Pelosi, Schiff, Gavin Newsom, Biden to have been in office all this time and never had a solution for us, all of a sudden appear with a magic solution because we re-voted them in? Can't keep doing the same mistakes. Time that we get rid of career politicians, get the blue-collar worker to do a job. The office of governor of California is a job. It's not a career. It's a job. And you, 40 million of you are my boss. 40 million of you will know every law that's trying to go in effect before it goes into effect. We cannot be divided. That's why we say this. We have California problems and we need California solutions. And as long as we remember that, doesn't matter what party line you're with, because we all come together. The shutdowns, the closures, these restaurants not opening back up. This is a California problem, not a Democrat, not a Republican problem, not a libertarian, not an independent. This is a California problem. I encourage each and every single one of you to join together with your businesses and let's go down to county council, city council, and stand and voice our feelings, our opinions, and our thoughts to reopening California. I will stand there with each and every single one of you. I don't care what party, I don't care where you're from. We have 58 counties. I will travel all 58 to stand with you, just like I have in Stockton, just like I have in Tracy, just like we're working at Atwater, Merced. I will be there. So you know that somebody actually does care and has your back. We will get you the help that you need. All you have to do is ask. Organize the other business owners. Let's meet. Let's talk. And let's go to county council and our city mayors and ask them for an explanation. Why? Somebody's job is more important than mine. Why? You call it essential. But yet my family's not essential to you. Everybody from the janitor to the CEO, your job, your families are essential. And we cannot let somebody say that we're not. We cannot keep saying that Walmart, Costco, Amazon, the big companies are essential. Yet Betty's Boutique is not. Joe's Pizzeria is not essential. We cannot eat in there, but you can go to Costco, get a chicken wrap, sit down and eat there with 300 other people inside that store. This is unconstitutional, it's not right, and it's not fair, and it is time that we come together as Californians for real California problems and we get the solutions that we want. We cannot do it alone. One party cannot do another one. We all need to be here together and do it together before we don't have a place to live anymore, before they've taken our livelihood. I talk to a lot of business owners. My heart goes to a lot of them that are telling me, I don't want to lose my ABC license. And I look at them and I say, this is your choice. Because in 2 months, you won't have a place to put that license at anyways. One person can't do it alone, but all of us united can. My name is Diego Martinez. I hope I have answered all your questions. If you have more, please send them my way. I will see you guys on the next go around. My name is Diego Martinez. I am a candidate for governor of California, and I am for the California people. It's time we take our state back for each and every single one of us. When I win, we all win. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next go. Diego Martinez, candidate for governor of California.